Was the hit on Rodgers a dirty play?
Absolutely not. Barr was within a step of Aaron Rodgers. Once Aaron Rodgers leaves the pocket, Skip, he's afforded no more protection. He's a runner. He is to be treated like Cam Newton. He is to be treated like all the other running quarterbacks. Cap when he played RG3. So, no, this was not a dirty play. It was a very unfortunate incident, and it was the perfect storm. You see Aaron Rodgers tries to brace himself. His elbow comes down first. Now the pressure of him falling on that jars it up, and when Barr falls on top of him, you get collapse. Crack. Guess what? Shannon Sharpe had that very injury in 1999. It happened week 4.
Were you playing quarterback in 99?
No.
I don't remember that.
I got teacupped over, Skip, leaned on it. 12 weeks, compound fracture. Now, I think he's had a collarbone injury before.
He has, 2013. Other side.
Yeah. And if
non-throwing side.
If it's not a compound, there's a possibility he can come back. But if that's a compound fracture, Aaron Rodgers, get ready for 2018.
I don't think it was compound because that's through the skin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Bone through skin?
Yeah, mine.
Ooh.
Kind of ugly. As a defender, I'm not going out of my way to avoid hitting you. I'm not going to hurt my knee trying to pull up. I'm not going to hurt my ankles or tear a hamstring not trying to hit the quarterback. You remember last year, Skip, they ran a reverse play, and Tom Brady was out there pulling around, and jet defenders was dodging him. I say, will you peel his cap to make sure they don't call? Because if they want to put him in harm's way, thank you, Josh McDaniels, because I'm going to try to tear the quarterback's head off. If he's out of that pocket, I'm trying to decapitate him. Let's just be fairly clear about that. This is a bigger issue than Aaron Rodgers, because what Aaron Rodgers was able to do, he was able to mask just how bad that defense is. And it's not going to get better. And Brett Hundley and Joe Callahan moving forward, but they can't cover up the smell of that.
Joe Callahan? Are we even talking about Joe Callahan from little D3 Wesley in Dover, Delaware? That guy, that Joe Callahan, undrafted Joe Callahan?
Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, he brought him up.
Hold on, you know what? How do we know Brett Hundley wasn't in cahoots with this? Because you know Anthony Barr's from UCLA, Brett Hundley's from UCLA. I don't think that. No, just bull jiving. Skip, this was not a dirty hit. It's a very unfortunate incident. But the bigger issue is this defense is not solid enough, and they can't do enough damage to hold the fort down if Aaron Rodgers was to come back. They are in a heap of trouble.
That is the only statement of all the statements you made that I agree with, because I cannot tell you how much I disagreed with everything you said ahead of that statement. So I want to be very clear about this. Clearly, anyone who's ever watched me on television or read things that I've written knows I'm not a big Aaron Rodgers fan. I still think he's a thin-skinned, finger-pointing diva, and I stand by that. But I don't want to see him get hurt and knocked out for the rest of the season, especially by a hit that I have always considered a dirty play in the cheapest of cheap shots. And I'm going to explain why. I don't care. This is a career-long pet peeve of mine. I've been on a campaign about this. I don't care if the quarterback is inside the pocket or outside the pocket. I don't care if he's on the move. He is still a thrower of the football. And as long as he's behind the line of scrimmage, looking to pass the football, and then, as Aaron Rodgers did, rolling out, he releases the football. The ball is gone from his hand. But this game, this National Football League game, still allows a defender to follow through with his charge at the quarterback. Not only just hit him, but not even have to pull up on the quarterback. You can still, you want to talk about a defenseless player? This is beyond a defenseless receiver, because the quarterback is off balance, looking downfield, has released the ball, is in a precarious position, and then you let 6'5", 255-pound Anthony Barr from UCLA drive him clear into the turf and bounce on his shoulder. What's going to happen, Shannon Sharpe? It's going to break. Yeah. If you hit it just right, the clavicle's just going to snap. Yeah. And God bless him. I hope it didn't go through his skin. But how many times did we see that happen to one Tony Romo? It is the injury du jour of the quarterback. I think it's the most, I don't have a stat on this because it's hard to track it.
Right.
I think it's the most common of all quarterback injuries. I know there can be knee injuries, and we've tried to outlaw that one-step rule in the pocket. But in this case, it's just like the way the punt is legislated. If the punter is up in the air in a precarious situation where he's looking at the ball, looking downfield, you have to pull up on him. You can't run into him, and let alone you can't knock him down and fall on top of the punter.
Right.
So I've never understood why the NFL didn't legislate this play out of football, because if you made it an automatic 15-yard penalty, slowly but surely they would have to reteach that you just can't do this, because not only is the quarterback fair game, he is the all-time sitting duck inside or outside the pocket once the ball is gone and he's on his back foot falling backward.
Well, the reason why they did that with the punter, because once the punter's up in the air, he's not running the ball. He's not throwing the ball, so he must be protected. Aaron Rodgers, once he's outside of the pocket, he's a runner and a thrower of the football.
To me, he's not a runner till he crosses the line of scrimmage. But it's because it's the quarterback position, and this is where you and I always part ways. It's by far the most important position in this game.
It is.
In America's most popular game, by far the quarterback is the most important player on the field and is usually the face of the franchise.
Yes, I agree.
And is often the most popular player on the team, and the quarterbacks, for the most part, are the most popular players in all of football.
Yes.
They are franchise. They are box office. They are marquee. They are our matinee idols. I don't want to watch the Green Bay Packers without Aaron Rodgers. In fact, I deem them unwatchable without Aaron Rodgers. And from this point forward, just me, I'm out. I'm not going to watch them anymore unless they're playing somebody that I need to watch try to win a game against what's left of the Green Bay Packers.
Well, if I'm on a team, I'm going to treat the opposing team like a snake. And what is the most important part of the snake? The head. And who is that? That is the quarterback. So figuratively, if I can chop that off, if I can get your quarterback, Skip, I'm not going out of my way. I'm not trying to hurt him, but I'm not going out of my way to avoid him.
Nope, you're not. And I don't blame Anthony Barr, although did you see what Aaron Rodgers was yelling? I don't know if you could read his lips, but he was furious.
Of course, because he
Barr.
knew. You know, Darian Gordon, a former teammate of mine, running a shallow cross, caught the ball. I tried to catch it. I didn't catch it. But what he did, he caught my arm like this, and he pinned me over. Boom. I knew it instantly. I was sitting up. When Greek came, I was sitting up. My athletic trainer, Steve Antonopoulos, we call him Greek. He said, "What's wrong, Sharpie?" I said, my collarbone's broke. He said, "How do you know?" I said, "Greek, I know." He stuck his hands up under there. "Sharpie, you right. Can you get up?" "Yep, sure." And that's what it was. He knew what he knew. You know when you're injured seriously. Sometimes you get an ankle sprain, you know, twist like, okay, my ankle's bad. I don't know. I might be able to come back. I might not. But when you get that injury or you get one of those injuries, you know it. You know it. And he's probably saying, "Bro, you didn't have to do that. You was right there. You could have just shoved me, blah, blah." And I get it. And the thing is, you're trying to break.
Could you not legislate that play out of football?
No, he's getting protected enough. No, I'm not. Don't stop it, Skip. Damn. How much you want to protect
quarterback?
I don't care.
Are you happy now that I'm Brett Favre. That Aaron Rodgers is gone?
No.
I got Brett Hundley on my mind.
No, I'm not.
Brett Hundley, not Brett Favre.
Skip. He's so he's guarded by 5 men in the pocket. The rules say now you can only hit him in the dimensions of his letters. So as big as his letters are, that's the only target you can hit. You can't hit him in his ankle, you can't hit him in his knee, you can't hit him in his shoulder, the neck area, head area. So now you got the size of his letters. Now you want him protected outside of the pocket?
Yep, he's not a runner, he's a passer. Until he crosses the line of scrimmage, he's still a threat to throw the football first.
He's still a threat to run the football.
It ticks me off when they allow a defensive lineman or linebacker to after the ball's gone and the quarterback's outside the pocket, just to shove him, because usually they just go tumbling across the out of bounds line, right? It's not fair. Okay, so you like to see your quarterbacks hurt?
Shove him. I like to see him roll like tumbleweeds on the Perry in Kansas. That's what I like. Okay, you get paid.
What's funny is you were an offensive player and you speak like you're a linebacker.
Yep.
It's like you still have this bitterness toward quarterbacks that I don't understand.
Because guess what?
It's because they didn't throw you the sugar enough? Is that what we're talking about?
I was fed. I was good. I was full. Sometimes I didn't get enough to eat, but most of the time I left the game full.
One play Shay. Is that enough?
That was later in my career.
Is one bite.
Skip. That was later in my career. I wasn't always big play Shay.
Yeah.
I used to be big game. I used to have big games, but after, you get old, Skip, you can't do that all the time.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed Or go watch a few segments from the newest show on FS1, First Things First, with Chris Carter and Nick Wright.